Good evening. Good evening. So, if you were on live yesterday, you got to see my hubby. He did a great job on bringing us day 7. Yeah, day 7's perspective. So you can go back and watch that if you weren't with us on that. But we're going on day 8 of the 30 days of gratitude. So it's just a little practice that I put together to dig really deeper than most typical gratitude practices go. You're probably familiar with all the lists and things like that people list off, I'm thankful for this, thankful for that, or so and so. But the problem with that is it only goes so deep, and usually if you've taken those challenges before, you only feel so much gratitude or thankfulness cultivated in your life by the end of that challenge. And the problem with those kind of challenges is they don't actually take like your heart and plow the soil so that you can plant seeds and grow gratitude. Like, it's not really changing your heart, it's just making lists of things and people that you're grateful for. So, and as we've talked about in all the other videos, gratitude is a state of being. It is who you are, not what you have or you have not. And that goes to what things or people in your life. It is something that you can maintain if you are stripped of everything. So that's what true gratitude is, and that is where vibrant abundance, joy, love, peace, all of that exists in true gratitude. So today is day 8, and we're going to be covering focus, because focus really does have a big part to play in this. So day 7 was on perspective. Now perspective is the angle from which you see from, okay? So that's perspective. Focus is what you choose or allow to take basically the centerpiece attention in your life. What do you allow to be front and focus of your life? Think of a camera with a lens. The focus part of the picture is like crystal clear, it's beautiful, it's the main subject. And the background is kind of fuzzy, it's blurred out a little bit, it's not in focus. It exists, but it doesn't draw away from any of the beauty of the actual focus to the picture that the artist was taking. So it actually can enhance it too. It doesn't take away from it, but it can even enhance its beauty. So that goes for our lives too. Like, what do you allow to be the front and center of your focus? Is it the negative things that happen in your life? Is it even just ideals that you have, like a clean home? Is that the focus? Or is it, I keep running into the same issue over and over again and it's really annoying? Is that the focus? You can have, if your focus is right, it's gonna be on Christ, on everything good, and we're gonna get to that. But no matter what else is in the picture that is blurred out, if your focus is right, it is going to enhance the subject of your life, okay? And we're thinking in terms of pictures here, okay? So some questions to go over on day 8. What qualities of your life or others do you focus on? In your life, what qualities do you focus on? Is it character qualities? Is it physical qualities? And just write it down on a piece of paper. You can be as blunt as possible because you never have to read this out loud to anybody. But do the homework, because it's going to start to reveal what really is on your top list of focuses. Maybe even things you didn't even realize. I'm letting that have a centerpiece in my life. So do that. Are you someone who has more sad stories or angry stories up their sleeves to pull out? Or do you have good stories? What do you like to talk about? Do you focus on the good? In Romans 12:9 it says, hold fast to what is good. A lot of times, y'all, this is very common to man. I mean, it's all of us, okay? We all struggle with this. But a lot of times it's a lot easier to hold to what is negative, what we don't like, what we think should change, all of that, and like just take it with us, just pack it with us. But you're going to be carrying a really heavy load if you do that. Hold fast to what is good. We're commanded to hold fast because it's so easy to let the good slip away. It's so easy to let the good take the blurry part of the picture and just like not be the centerpiece like it should be in our life, okay? So don't focus on the bad, focus on the good. That should be front and center in your life. Okay, do you zero in on the good qualities or the faults of others? When you come across others, oh, thanks Mary Elizabeth, you're so sweet. So when you come across others or you think of others, do you usually have the thought, oh wow, this person, you know, they're just so sweet, or, you know, kind, or I just, you know, they're just so happy? Or do you think about the faults that you can find? They're not a great speaker, or, you know, they're kind of a little overweight, or whatever it is. Do you see the outside? Do you see the things that are not true qualities that are, you know, worth thinking about? Are you finding fault with people more than good with people? You know, these are some hard questions, but journal them down today, because it's going to tell you personally where your heart is. And the good thing about finding that out is you can change it. You can change it. And that is what this whole practice is about. It's about changing the negative stuff that we've been telling ourselves or believing, and we're getting grounded in gratitude, and it is going to be fantastic. So if you want change, this is the practice for you. If you want to make just lists that don't really change your heart, do the other gratitude practices. Okay, so what about focusing on what really matters? Are you more I think I kind of covered this, but are you more likely to compliment someone on how they look or their character? Y'all, this one was a hard one for me, okay? As women particularly, we like to comment on, oh, cute shoes, cute dress, like, you look great, you've lost weight, you know, all this stuff. And not that that's bad, but do the majority of your compliments go towards what someone actually looks like or who they are? I'm just saying, it's a little bit of a hint where your focus is. And like I said, this challenge was hard for me, but I'm so glad to do it, because when we take inventory of really what we're focusing on in life, where our heart is, then we can have the ability to really steer it to where we want to go. So, what are your thoughts or things that you allow to be the centerpiece and the focus of your life? That's the question we're trying to answer. And I'd like to ask you, is it true? We've already talked about fear and how it's a liar. Do you let fear and lies basically become the centerpiece of what you focus on and believe? Or do you make sure you're grounded in truth? True stories, okay? Not victim stories like we talked about yesterday. That was on perspective. We are not a victim of our lives. Honorable. Is it honor? Is there honor involved in this? Is it honorable? Is it just? Is it fair? Y'all, sometimes when we want to throw mud at someone else, is it really, really fair? Because most likely we have made the same slip up or the inconsiderate thought that we want to throw mud on, okay? So is it just? Is it pure? Is it holy? Is it pure? Is it without blemish? Is it lovely? Is it good to look upon? Is it really, like, is it filled with that love and it's good to look upon? Next one is it good? And this is all taken from just Philippians 4:8, kind of condensed in a question section just for you to go through all of those. Okay, why we want to focus on this focus topic is because what you focus on consumes you. You become like that which you focus upon, okay? Your compass, you know, like I'm thinking about people who swim. I did a triathlon a few years ago, and you pick a spot to look and kind of check and make sure you're going out towards the marker in the water, because you don't want to end up way over here when you're going this way. So you pick a spot and you check back every so often to make sure you were headed in the right spot. I cannot tell you how many people went off course because they just put their heads down and they were like swimming like that and they didn't check. So you had people like going this way when we were supposed to go that way. So your focus is like that. It's a compass. And if you let your focus become off, or if you don't check your focus every once in a while, you're going to be off course, okay? Your life is not going to be where you want it to be. So that's why focus is really important. And how it comes into gratitude is part of your being. It's a state of who you are, not what you have or have not. If you're focusing on all the things in life, what you have, the people you have, the things you have, the what's, even conditions in life, your circumstance, if that is your focus, y'all, that is going to be very hard to maintain a joy and a gratitude throughout, because those things will shift. They will become bad. They will have good days, but they will have bad days, all of those things. And the only thing that's really a sure place to put your focus on is, I'm a believer, so I'm just going to say it, is Christ. In Hebrews 12 it says to look to Jesus, who is the author, perfecter of our faith. And I really believe, truly in all of my heart, that we have to keep our focus there if we want to be anchored and to have something sure and steadfast that is not going to shift in this world. But from having your focus on something that's eternal, that is part of a being, instead of a thing or what or who, you can actually have sustained gratitude in that. It doesn't matter if it's going well or going right or going wrong. Your gratitude is not going to be affected by that. So getting down to the oil blend, and we're going to go into this a little bit more on day 8, but as I was doing this, there's only so much I can give in one day. So the oil blend we're going to use for day 8's gratitude practice is an oil blend called Intune. So Intune has a lot of great essential oils in it. I can list the oils that are in it actually below in the comments so you can know, but it really helps for focus. It's great for clarity or keeping your mind on task. But we want to use this kind of in a, yes, a mental way, but also kind of a spiritual way, like to promote emotional and spiritual focus too. So, your Intune Roller Blend. What I want you to do with this on day 8 is to simply put it in the middle of your forehead, right there between the eyebrows. And the reason why I want you to put it there is because this is your sixth chakra. It is called your third eye. It is intuition and foresight and openness and imagination. And some of the imbalances that are attributed to the imbalances would be like lack of direction, lack of clarity. And I really want in this day 8 practice for you to come into a really good clarity, direction, and focus on what you want to focus in life, because you are going to become more like that. You are going to head in that direction, and that is going to be the centerpiece, if you would, or the center subject of your photo for your life, okay? So get really clear on that today, and then tomorrow we'll go into some other stuff. So I hope you enjoyed day 8. Don't forget to keep doing the other practices. Day 1 is a must. Do your deep breath every day. Be thankful for the breath and the opportunity you have to live, because that is yours and that is a gift. And seriously, opportunities endless. So that's the main one you have to repeat every day. If you need to practice some of the other ones, if you need to practice this one more often, if this is a subject you struggle with, then practice this one. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.